Blessings, everybody. Happy Monday and happy belting. Still in those energies. I just finished teaching a wonderful class on Avalon, ancient civilizations, still connected to Lemuria and very much to Atlantis. But I want to share a little bit what I shared in my class because over the weekend I did a video on Friday. And from when I finished that video, I had a very interesting weekend. And there's a few things that are wonderful about it, and a few things that were really, really challenging. And to me, everything is about when the moment comes, will I walk my talk, right? So number one, on Friday, I said I was supposed to work originally at an event at 9:30 because the way the Canadian / Albertan government is constantly changing things, and a good word for it is they keep moving the goalposts. So in this lifetime, before I was this spiritual teacher and healer that I am, I was a dance teacher, a studio owner, a choreographer. From the age of 5, I started dancing, and I retired when I was about 37, 38 to pursue what I'm doing now. But I still adjudicate. And for those of you that know, in Canada, kids are having such a hard time because everything's being taken away from them. So my family runs dance competitions, which is their livelihood. And they moved mountains to make this weekend possible. Now, as we were driving to this location on Thursday, our premier changed the rules. And all of a sudden, things are different again. Everything's getting shut down in different ways, and the theater says your event can't be held here. So it's very upsetting for my family. And there's a lot of miracles, and there's a lot of different things that are come around. Okay, so we get to the theater because they have changed their minds, and they said yes, you can have your event there. Now when we show up, there is a person in a mask who is very afraid to let us in. Okay, the fear is palpable. And the thing is, he's saying, he doesn't own the building. He's not the manager of the theater. He is a tech. And he's like, well, we don't really want to let you in because the theater staff is afraid to have people here because people aren't supposed to be traveling from city to city. So know that the propaganda is working. And he's like, did you know that, there's lots of people dying in India? Now, let's understand I put on two hats. That as a professional adjudicator hired for an event that's not my company, it is not my place to tell this man everything that I feel that I know. It is my place to try to get these kids onto stage so they can just perform. So in my head though, I'm like, but that's because there's so many people in India that have gotten this, and now cases are rising, injuries, death. Those are directly correlated. Let us not pretend that they aren't. So anyhow, we go through the event Friday. It's fine. Now, I have a roommate who's a wonderful friend of mine. And I'm talking about this and what it's doing to women's cycles and all these things that I'm hearing and feeling for people. And the next day, she tells me that she got that on Monday. And the thing is that so I'm sharing a room. We're working very closely together. And I want you to know that she's a good friend of mine. She's a wonderful, amazing, incredible person. And I respect her decision, just like she respects my decision. Okay? But instantly I was like, oh my, here we go. So all the things I've been talking about the last 2 or 3 weeks is like, am I going to choose fear? Am I going to choose love? What am I going to do? So Number one, the weekend I spent a lot of time shielding myself in light, which I put on a video about that a couple weeks ago. If you don't know how to do that, it's very simple because you're already a being of light. It doesn't take that much to do it. But I would shield and I would cleanse myself in white light constantly. As adjudicators working at the same table, we're only about this far from each other. So if there is shedding going on, I'm definitely going to be in interaction with that. Okay, so it didn't affect me, my thinking, because I know that I'm protected. Now, the thing that was progressing on Saturday was that when I was at the table, and it's just me and my friend who are rooming together, there's people behind in the sound booth. They're behind plastic barriers anyways. I think that's not even CVID related. That's before. And the kids are way on stage by themselves, like I'd say a good 60 feet. Now, people there are so fearful that I am ratted on for not doing this. And if you know me, you know I don't wear that. So the thought of wearing it for 6 hours for that rest of that day, and then for a full 10 or 11 hours the next day, it challenged me. It upset me. And we had a lunch break and I called my husband and I had no words. It was like, this goes against everything that I stand for, everything. And what am I going to do about it? And so I was working for my sister, and she knows how I feel, even though we don't express it the same way. She knows it's hard for her too, right? Because I know I'm her little sister, and she's so loving and she's so protective of me. So she gave me one of her masks, and she's like, just wear it underneath your nose. And I started thinking, because I've been really lucky and privileged. I have this private practice. I'm surrounded with other people that think very similarly to me, and I'm not really put into those situations. So when I go back to the adjudicator's table, I do that. I keep it underneath here, and actually a lot of times I keep it underneath here. Because the techs are behind me, I don't think they can see me, and I'm almost like bringing my shoulder up, and I have long hair, right? So it's covering my face. But it was like the integration of everything that I've been talking about our freedoms, about being outspoken and being courageous, came to a head. But I also have to be in love. And if I walked away, I would not be fulfilling my duties to my agreement. I would be disappointing kids. I would be putting my family in a jam. And I wouldn't be able to spread love because I would be in a state of fear or anger or frustration. So what I've been saying a lot is you have to ground yourself in love, right? Love and light. And after that, the next day, I asked if anyone complained about me. The answer was no. And I found I could get through it. Okay, so I kept it underneath my nose. If I went to the washroom, I had to put it over. And I feel for anyone that's living that life, because within a minute, I feel stuffy and claustrophobic. I feel like all these things perhaps from past lives come out. And I was happy to get through it, and I was really happy to take it off, and I felt like physically burning it. Okay, so that's part of it. And what I shared today is that you can't have judgments and you can't have fear, because if you know who you are, if you are activated, if you shield yourself in light, if you pray, if you believe in God, then I don't believe that you will get ill from others that are near you. Okay, if you're not in fear. It's like you don't catch a virus if you're not run down, right? If you're really healthy, you're not going to catch things. And always remember that our body is our natural immune system, our food that we eat, if we're getting enough water, if we're going out in the sun, if we're going barefoot in Mother Earth, which I got to do today. Okay, so all those wonderful things. Now, the other thing I want to talk about very quickly is the power of prayer. So as I'm with my sister this weekend, a different one of her events is unable to go due to the restrictions, and they had put down a large deposit on a venue, And that kind of money is something you want a refund for. And the rule stated that you can't get one, even in times of COVID. So we took a deep breath and we prayed. And this was Thursday night, okay? When we prayed, this is Thursday during the day, I think. When we prayed, the next day she got an email that says, we will give you the refund. Amazing. Miracle number one. Now, I said, as we're driving to the new city we were going to, the news comes in and everything gets canceled. And I thought, no, we can do this. So we had another prayer. Please allow this event to continue through safely within guidelines so that people feel safe in whatever restrictions they're comfortable with. If we can just allow these kids to be on stage and their hard work to be rewarded. For the last year and a half, they've been kicked off of everything and shoved into boxes and to being silent and taken away from their friends and so much stuff. So the miracle of being let in on Friday after that prayer was incredible. Now, the third thing that happened was my roommate, my friend, she has a wonderful business, okay, and she really, really loves dance, and she's an amazing ambassador of dance and yoga, and she has this wonderful platform that she's been using on Instagram, and someone had ripped off her information and started doing really devious things with it. We kind of know what happens with that. And if it's part of your business and that's how you advertise and that's how you share and you put a lot of thought into it, it's heartbreaking. And I thought, well, man, everything's been working so amazing this weekend. Can I have your phone? And I put some Reiki symbols into her phone as I'm doing now. And perhaps you can enjoy some of those energies. And I held it and we prayed. And I said, when you open your phone again, it's going to be back. And this is after like 3 weeks of her not getting any response from, whoever runs IG. And I had a beautiful Lemurian crystal, and she put her intention into it, and she really visualized it. And when she woke up this morning, she had an email that says, your account is once again active. So I really want to share that because sometimes we think prayers don't work, we're not strong enough, but I want you to remember that we're in a time of instant manifestation. So if you're thinking, if you're really direct with what you want and it's with an open heart and it's for a greater good, it's like the universe hears you and it's like, bam, right? And if you're in a lower vibration and you're in fear and you're like, oh my God, I hope that this person doesn't sit beside me, or for the other people, I hope that the person that's not wearing this stays away from me. I don't catch anything from them. Guess what's going to happen to you? Boom, that thing's going to come right for you. So it was a really interesting weekend, and I'm so grateful. I wanted to shout out to my friend Brandy because when I was in a little bit of a fear cycle, she reads Vedic astrology, Brandy Dominelli, and she went through my chart and helped me understand where I was at with it. And it is about some karma and clearing things, but it's also an opportunity for me to grow and learn from that weekend and to share it with you. So just a little tidbit. I liked my Avalonian journey so much today and was so powerful that I'm hoping to be able to share it with you guys as well. I think it's a good one for me to share. And I just want to say that I'm really, really grateful for my ability to use my voice and to spread hope and to spread light and to help you remember that being grounded in love is the way to go. Okay? So I always try to keep these short because I have to, under 15 minutes. I try under 10 minutes. I'm a talker. I'm going to do my best to keep supporting and loving and vibing and holding strong. And I really hope that Canadians continue to wake up. I know the whole world is starting to wake up. Come on, Canada. Come on, Canada. Come on, Canada. A prayer for our world quickly. We are one and we are rising. We are rising to the truth of awakening, coming into love, coming to light, coming to strength, coming to power, knowing that we are the answer to all that has been sought. And together, we will find all we're looking for. I love you. Have a great week. Happy belting. Use that fire. Bye.